Hello, everyone, and welcome to Intermediate Accounting. I want to take a few minutes to walk you through Blackboard and let you know where everything can be found and how I would recommend approaching this semester. First of all, when you open up your Blackboard, you'll be sent straight to this announcement page. I will send you weekly announcements, making sure you're staying on track and you are aware of what to do each week. Please know that this is an 8-week course and there is a lot of material to cover. That being said, you should probably expect to spend about 10 to 12 hours per week on this coursework, debating on how familiar you are with the content. Here you'll find just a little bit about me under faculty information. You can always email me. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Here's my email right here. I will get back to you usually within the day and hopefully can help if there is a situation or you want to walk through something in more detail. Then email me, set up an appointment, and we can either meet online or in person. I do have office hours that I'm on campus, but I think you probably won't be. So maybe we can just set up a virtual appointment to go over anything you need to. Usually it's some homework questions that I can probably help out through an email real quickly. And my goal is to help you as soon as possible so that you can move on to the next thing, because this is going to be a fast course. A little bit more about that. This will walk you through our syllabus, but what I really want to show you right now is how this 8 weeks are going to play out. Because I know you're all mostly working professionals and we have other things going on besides taking this class at Harper, I am going to be a little bit more flexible on the due dates. So I have lumped all of our due dates by exam. So you'll see our first, besides a little introduction, so I know who's in this class and you can all see who you're working with. That's due this week. But the coursework itself is due by chapters, by each exam. So chapters 1 through 4 and exam 1 are all going to be due on February 6th. Chapters 5 through 8 and exam 2 would be due on February 20th. And then the last 4 chapters and the final exam, and we do have one project in here, that would all be due by March 12th, the end of this course. So read through the syllabus in its entirety. It'll give you mainly this course calendar. It'll give you how everything is graded, and it's going to give you my information again. So make sure you go through that and let me know if you've got questions. Coming down here to the learning modules, this is where you're going to find your chapter content. We'll go through that in a second, but you're going to start here on the orientation. You'll see this video, and then you'll also learn how to get access to this book. I would recommend getting the ebook access. This book is used for 2 courses, both 201 and 202. So it'll give you a promo code here that you can get both semesters for just $100 with all the homework software. In this document here, I've given you some instructions on how to go through this and what you need to do. You're going to show that you want this for multiple terms. Make sure that that is highlighted. You want the 12-month access for $119. It won't be $119 once you put in that code. When you put in that code, it will bring that price down to $100. Or if it's cheaper than that, just go with it. We're trying to negotiate, and the most you should pay is $100. Otherwise, you can make sure that this course is right for you and just do that 14-day trial to make sure that you'll be able to keep up with the course and everything that you have to do. So this bottom access here, this 14-day free trial, will give you 2 weeks access to everything for free. So that's in there so you can review that, so you know how to do that. So make sure you get that set up as soon as possible. You're going to then introduce yourself in discussion board. Again, I know a lot of us take these classes together, and we need to make sure who's in our class. Get familiar with these people because they're probably going to be in a couple of your classes, and it's a great way to network. This Chapter 0 homework is really good for you to do. So there's some 5-minute videos, which I'll show you where they are, just as a reminder if it's been a while since you've taken financial accounting. But this is just a quick set of homework of things that you should know. And, you know, this course is kind of based off of this. So if this is unfamiliar to you, maybe this course, especially in an 8-week format, might not be a great fit for you. We can get you there. I want to get you through this course, but it might just take a little bit more work. And that's why we have over here, I'll show you these 5-minute accountant videos from Accounting 101 in case there is just a topic that you need to get more familiar with that maybe you haven't seen in a while and just want a quick recap of those. So all those topics are listed there. So try out that homework 0. Make sure you're familiar, see what you're going to get yourself into. And then look at your ebook. This is just a quick video that I did to get you familiar with the ebook because it's not even our ebook, but it's VitalSource in general. It shows you some great ways to study. So take a look at that, and maybe an ebook isn't your first option, and that's fine. You can always go buy a book, a hard copy book, but this does give you a lot of resources where you can create notes and highlight the important facts so that when test time comes, you can actually create your notes and it sends them right to a Word document for you. So you have something to study with. So give that all a look. Let me know if there's questions. And then I want to just show you how each chapter is set up. So in each chapter, I have a link for you to read the chapter. I have some links to some lectures that Wiley have done explaining the topics. The most problems that we run into is how this is actually done. So I giving you for each chapter some homework help, how to answer some of the homework problems, and then how do these homework problems translate into multiple choice that you might see on a test? Because that's a lot of the issues that we have. We read the content, we can fill in the homework, but then when that translates to the multiple choice, it gets a little bit difficult. So for each chapter, I give you one of these to do. And then what you'll see is the chapter 1 practice. This is graded homework, but it's the same problem we just did in this homework that I explained. You might get different numbers based on the chapter, but it's going to help reinforce how to do those problems. And I tried to pick the problems that people have the most difficulty with. Then you'll have to complete the rest of the homework, chapter 1 homework. It might be a little learning curve the first chapter if you haven't used Wiley. I'll just show you what this looks like in case you're new to this. I do have it set for unlimited attempts, so you can go in, practice the homework, and make sure you fully understand it. Obviously not even reading the questions, but you can go in, it's going to give you the green highlight if you get it right, the red highlight if you get it wrong, and then again, I see this is only set for 3. I'll make sure that's corrected. You can do this as many times as you need to make sure you understand each of the problems. So you'll have that for each question. You can either hit forward from here or come down to the question list and use that there. Next, so that's your homework. The next thing you'll do is an adaptive quiz, also through Wiley. It's just giving you practice in that multiple choice format. Whether you need practice for that for the CPA exam or just for these exams in general, using that multiple choice format and learning how to do those, I think, is extremely important. So you'll see that set up for each chapter. Then we go to the exams. You'll see exams, the 3 exams set up and what chapters each exam covers. And then under each exam, you'll see some study materials, a practice exam, and then you can come back here and do the actual exam. You'll only be able to open the actual exam once. It's 50 questions and they're worth 3 points each, and you have 90 minutes to take the exam. The time is set because it is open book, open note. So you will still have to study because 90 minutes is not that long of a time. But you can worry about that in a week or 2 when you get there, and let me know if you've got questions. The last thing I want to explain for content-wise is this project. You only have to pick one project. So I'm trying to give you an option of what interests you or what you think might be the easiest. One is a financial statement ratio project where we're looking at comparing financial statements and how to use those ratios to determine how well the company is doing. There's one on fraud and bank reconciliations, petty cash, and then there's one understanding macros. So pick one of those. They all align with what chapter they go to. It's just a little something extra to learn that is important, but we do not cover on an exam. So none of the appendixes are covered on exams, but here's just an option to dig a little bit more in detail into one of those topics. I do want to note that Wiley Course Resources button here gives you a lot of additional resources to study from. There's not that much time in this class, and you probably will have enough to go with. But if there's a topic that interests you or that you don't understand and you need more help with, you can come down to that chapter. You can pick out a video. You can pick out some crossword puzzles if you're bored, or trying out flashcards, or maybe you are a PowerPoint person and want to pull out those PowerPoints to take notes while you're reading. So some of those things are available to you here. Again, that's under the Wiley Course Resources button. So try a few things, see what works for you. You're starting here in learning modules and starting in that orientation video where you're at here. Complete those orientation assignments and let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to the next 8 weeks with you. It's going to be intense, but I think you'll find it rewarding when you're done.